Hello, hope everyone's all right. I've been watching some movies. I watched Peter Rabbit 1 and 2. Then I watched Phantom of the Opera. Then I watched Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And then I watched what I've got on now is Dr. Death, the Harold Shipman story. And someone's just come on and gone off again. Jesus, not even been on a minute. I've watched the last 5 episodes ever of The Crown, season 6. Bloody amazing. I've also been reading different bits, and even though the Queen's death certificate said natural causes, it's actually been leaked that she actually died from a form of bone cancer that she was suffering from a few months before she died, and apparently it was incredibly painful. She did have a will, but no one knows anything about it, because apparently it's been sealed and locked in a vault for 90 years. Yes, I did say 90. Why that is, I have no blasted idea whatsoever. Not a freaking clue. Also found out why Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, did not, or I should say, was the only one that did not bow her head at Princess Diana's funeral and just gave her a basically half-hearted, can't be bothered salute, was because she blamed Diana for breaking up the royal family, which on Margaret's side is absolutely disgusting. I cannot believe she did that. I don't know how she lived with herself. It was gross. It was actually her brother that broke it up. If he wasn't flirting and peeing around with another woman, it would never have happened. Harry does not like Camilla. Not from day one, since he's known her. And Princess Margaret, she had 4 strokes, with the 4th one being her last because it actually killed her. That was actually a shame. The Queen Mum was never Queen herself, because as like Camilla, she wasn't born into royalty. She married into royalty. The thing that I really, really found it spooky was the Queen died when she was 97 years old. And when her mum died, the Queen mum, she was 101. So in death ages, the Queen was only 4 years younger than her mum when she died. I actually find that kind of freaky. Ew. This is everything that I read. And, oh, blast it. But back to the actual Crown itself, the TV series. Amazing. Freaking amazing. I loved it. I really, really loved it. It was brilliant. I am so, so pleased I watched the end of it. Although I didn't like the royal family much with some of the stuff they got up to and what has been found out and stuff and they've denied and things like that. I didn't like the Queen much. Again, for things that she did, which was proven. And she could be very two-faced. Although, you know, as a person, I was upset when she died. You know, I did feel sorry for the family. You know, one thing's nothing to do with the other. You know, how she behaves is nothing to do with the rest of the family. But as a as a series, it was freaking amazing. Freaking love it. And this is really, really good. As I said, this is called Dr. Death, the Harold Shipman story. He was a GP in the UK for a few years. He killed loads and loads of his patients. Finally got done for it. Was put inside in prison. And then I think it was 2-3 years later, he takes his own life because he couldn't basically be bothered to basically pay for what he'd done. But this is brilliant. James Bolam. I keep saying Brolin because I get James Brolin and James Bolam mixed up. This is James Bolam, who was also in The Likely Lads, and he also played The Missing Postman, which is another brilliant 2-part series. He played Harold Shipman really well in this. It was amazing. I loved him in this. It was brilliant. So, yeah. And I had my dinner, like I said I was going to, about 5 hours ago, something like that. I had my spaghetti, my corned beef, and tin tomatoes mixed together. And I was actually proud of myself. That was the actual first cooked dinner that I'd had for quite a long time. And I actually ate it all. I was so proud of myself. So I've done that. Sutiko's fed. She's now asleep. She's been asleep for about 2 hours. The last episode was a little bit on the morbid side of looking at things. They were talking about her and Philip, her husband, sorting out their wills and their funerals and things like that. And that was, I think, about 20 years before she died. And I actually think that's rather freaky. Very freaky indeed. And then the Queen around that time started to think that she wanted to give it up, this, that, and the other. And excuse me, what I find really, really freaky was she was thinking about it, and then you actually saw her when she was younger in two separate stages. She was in her 30s, 40s, and then you saw her in her 20s, all talking to her, you know, like her conscience and that was actually freaky, you know, to actually see that. But it is an amazing, amazing series. I actually read as well that the writer refused to stop the recording of the last part of series 6, because I think that was still happening when the Queen died, because he did not want to spoil the series. And he also has refused to do another series of The Crown for that reason. He doesn't want to add in about the Queen's death, because he said it's going to basically spoil the series, and personally he didn't like her. So I thought that was daring but truthful, you know. And just because you write about these things, you don't have to like the people. And he surely didn't like her, and he didn't want to put in about her death or anything, because, you know, he didn't want to spoil the series that he wrote. And so he decided basically to leave it as it ended, with her deciding to stay as queen, which was about between 18 and 20 years before she died. So that's all the information about that. But I don't understand. It's ridiculous. Why she made a bloody will, but it cannot be read by any of her family that's basically alive now, because realistically her sons won't be alive. The rest of her children won't be alive. Her grandchildren, Harry and William, won't be alive. There's a chance maybe their children might, but possibly definitely not either. So, as it stands at the minute, no royal family is going to know what's in her will, because it's sealed and locked in a secret vault for 90 years. The royal family have the most ridiculous triggering rules. Totally ridiculous. But as I said, saying that, I think they really did do a good job of The Crown. I thought it was brilliant. Loved it. And oh yes. One more thing I read. Elizabeth and Philip, you know, the Queen and her husband, they had 4 children. First of all, they had a boy and a girl when they were in the early stages of their marriage. And then the second 2 boys that they had, really? Come on. I was triggered. I lost it. Philip, because I was always wondering, you know, how the frick could they have had children when they hardly slept with each other? So I read up about it, and basically, as I said, they had a boy and a girl earlier in their marriage. They slept together. No worries. But then they had 2 more boys a couple of years later, or a few years later. And this is the triggering part. The royals, or whoever they were, actually paid Philip to sleep with his own wife so they could have 2 more children. I was really triggered. I actually didn't think that was very funny, to be honest. I couldn't believe it. I actually find that actually disgusting that they paid him to sleep with his own wife. Ew! It was vile. And as I said, that's what I read. That wasn't in The Crown or anything. But my God. Damn. When I read that, did I get triggered? Oh, yes, I did. Jesus. But yeah, so as I said, I've had my, ouch, I had my food. I had a nice cup of tea with my food. I might go and get another sandwich in a minute. I don't know. Because as I said, I did have food about 5.5 hours ago. Oh, Jesus, dehydrating. That's not good. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with myself that I was able to eat all my food. Right, let's put my fan on for a minute. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here, watch this. I actually might watch The Crown from Series 1, Episode 1 again. Because now I've seen the actual lot of it. And it doesn't look like, because they've done they did the Series 6 in 2 parts. It doesn't look like it's going to be on its way to DVD, at least the earliest next October, latest next December. So I won't be getting the others on DVD until Series 6 is out. So I think I've got a year to wait till I can get those on DVD. So I think the next best thing is to watch it again from Series 1, Episode 1. At least I can watch it all the way through. But it was really, really good. And I can see why some of the royal family didn't like the idea. Because a lot of what the Crown actually put in the series was actually true. And the royal family wanted to keep those things secret. But you can't do that. You cannot be naughty and do things that are wrong just because you're royalty. You know, better than anyone else. And yeah, you can't do things like that just because you're royalty and think you can get away with it. And you know, and if something's leaked about something, you know, you can't expect people to be quiet about it. You know, and they didn't. So yeah, very weird. Royal family is very weird. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I think I'm going to do. Have a quiet evening. I might. I knew that bit of my hair at the back sticking up. So annoying. I hate that. Every damn video. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have a quiet night. I tell you what, one of these days I am going to come on here, make a video, and I'm going to be bored because I'm going to end up bloody hell, I'm going to end up cutting all my hair off because I hate it when it sticks up. I really do not like it. And I don't care if people think, you know, oh, there's nothing to worry about and all the rest of it. To me, it is. It makes me look horrible and it's embarrassing to me. I don't like it. It's out of place. I don't like it. But yeah, so I think I'm going to have just a quiet night, watching my movies on the TV and watching The Crown on Netflix on the laptop. That's what I think I'm going to do. So, yeah, as I said, I might make another video later. I might not. If I don't, I shall see you probably, just probably, tomorrow. So take care of yourself. Be good, be nice, be kind. If you can't say something nice, don't open your mouth and make yourself look a prat. Because looks can be deceiving. Because 99% of the time, they are deceiving. So, take care. Don't let anyone tell you you can't be you. Because you are flawless. Be good, be kind. Bye.